Hi, thanks for coming. As educators or a faculty member, this is where you're probably going to receive your information through WhatsApp or through email. If you're receiving your information through WhatsApp, this is what it looks like. However, if you're receiving your information through email, this is what it's going to look like. You're always going to be given three pieces of information: your username, your temporary password, and also a link to Office 365 where you can click on to begin your registration as soon as possible. Now, I'm going to show you how to extract your information through WhatsApp, since this is what you're going to do. So click on the message to highlight the message. Click on the three dots there, the top hand, and copy the information. Put it in the field like so, and scroll up to get your username. Now copy the username. If you're accessing your information through email, I'm going to show you how to copy that too from email. Just scroll up again and copy your username. Now go over to excuse me. Yes, copy the email. Now go back to your WhatsApp and click on the link that's going to take you to the page where you're going to begin your registration, and that's office.com. Now, if you don't already have the application installed, it's going to take you to Google Play where you're going to begin the registration and the installation and the registration. But because I already have mine, it just initiated the application, so I'm going to paste my information there and sign in like so. Good. So I'm going to need to input my temporary password here. So I'm just going to go back to WhatsApp and copy my temporary password like so, and go back to Office 365 and paste it in the field and click on sign in to begin the process. Here on this field, I have three options. I have three steps I have to follow. One is the current password. So I'm just going to paste my current password, which is a temporary password I received. And then in the second part and the third field, I'm going to enter a new password that I can memorize. I'm just going to pause this video and come back when I've entered my password, so I also secure my information. Now I've entered my password and I've signed in. Here you'll be prompted to go over to the next step, which is going to be Microsoft Authenticator App. If you don't already have it installed, you're going to need to skip it if you want to skip it. But I'm just going to click on next and get this over with out of the way already. So I'm going to click next, and it's going to take me to the page that we're going to begin processing that Microsoft Authenticator. So since I'm using my mobile phone, I'm going to go over there and select mobile app. Afterwards, I have two options. One is to receive notification, that is before, and the other is to use the notification code afterwards. I'm just going to click on the first one and click on setup to get started. Now here, this pop-up menu affords me to download and install Microsoft Authenticator. If you're using a Windows phone, there's your option. Android or iOS, there's your option. So if I'm going to use a barcode, but you're going to need access to a computer to use a barcode, but if you don't have that, it's no problem. You have the opportunity to copy the code and manually carry out the transactions. I'm just going to click on Android to take me to Google Play and begin my installation process. Since I already have Microsoft Authenticator, I'm just going to click on open. But if you don't, you're going to have to be patient to install the application and let it complete its installation. There it's coming up. So I'm going to click on the burger menu to add an account. I'm going to click on work and school account like so. Like I said before, if I have QR code, I'm just going to enter that and scan the code, but I'm just going to click on enter code manually and go back to Office 365 to copy the code. It's a 9-digit code with spaces in between them, but the Authenticator app isn't going to allow you to copy the spaces, so you're just going to need to copy it all and memorize the last two digits, which is 4 to 5 in my own case. I'm going to go back to Authenticator and copy the code The last two code again. Let's just check it again to be sure. But if you can remember it, just tap that in. You can go back and have a look at my last two digits, which is 45. So I'm just going to click on back to Authenticator and add 45. Now I'm going to click on URL, delete that first, go over to Office 365 and copy your URL. That's it. It's very lengthy, so just copy it. I'm going to show you two instances here. First is where if you're able to copy it appropriately with no spaces in between them, and yes, all the way down, and excuse me, all the way down, and then go back to Microsoft Authenticator. Paste that. Wait, delete that again. Make sure you delete that. Now paste it. And click on wait, I need to show you what happens if you didn't copy this properly. So go back to Office 365. You might copy this with a space. I'm going to show you because that can happen. So just in case you copy like this, don't fret. All you have to do is to delete the space. Like I said, I'm just going to delete this and show you what I'm talking about. Paste the information. Look at that right there. I have space, so I have 438, and I can just type. So delete all of that, delete space, and click on verify or finish. As soon as that is completed, you'll be allowed to have a look at what it's going to take you back to Authenticator Password Manager. Now go back to Office 365, zoom in, and click on next or setup. First of all, click on setup so that it sets up your account, and the next button is going to be available to you as soon as possible. Please wait. Good. Here we go. Click on that and voila, approve it, and it's automatically synchronized with your account. This way, just click on finish to get started, and we move on to the third phase, which is Microsoft Teams. Excuse me. So Office 365 opens up. Just check. Go over to the end of a page and click on Teams. If you click on Teams, if you don't already have it installed, then this is where you'll be allowed to install it. But first of all, it's going to take you to a website where you're going to, somewhat begin the process. But if you're using a lower Android and your browser isn't up to date, you might not be able to complete the transaction or carry out the transaction over your mobile app. So you're going to need to use the mobile app, not the mobile browser. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. There it is. I'm going to pick my account, the demo account that I've created. We've already come up, and I'm gonna get this notification that my browser isn't up to date. No problem. Just click on download app. This stage, you'll be going over to Google Play Store to install the application if you don't have it. But if you have it, just click on open to get started. Okay, G, excuse me, I'm working right now. So as soon as the Microsoft Team opens, you're gonna need to sign in with your credentials. That's your username. So click on sign in. But I need to go back there. Delete that. Go back to wherever your source of information is, maybe WhatsApp or your email. Copy the information, your user information. Copy your username. Go back to Office 365 and paste it in the required field, like so. Then sign in. Just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and there you'll be allowed to copy your password. Now enter your password. So I'm going to pause this video and come back when I've done so. Give it a moment to load up your classroom. Just wait. This is where all the magic happens. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get started. Oof. There we go. Assignments, files, notes, and more. All of it classroom basics. Groups, conversations, channels, all of that are in there. So click on Got It to help you get started. Just give it a moment. There, this is what it looks like. It might take longer than mine, but this is what it looks like. So here you're gonna have your burger menu. You have your activity, your chat, your teams, and where you're going to need to begin preparing assignments for the children. Now on this team, you can create your class. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So create a class. You can create a class, professional learning community. That's for schools, staff. That's between teachers, and for others, maybe administrator. So because I want to create a class, I'm just going to name the class. I can say maybe year 1. For this, if you want to create multiple classroom, you can do that. Maybe English, mathematics. But since it's just one class, you can leave that and move on. Now here, you will be given the option to begin adding your pupils. So if you remember their names, begin by adding their names. So I know Diane. Click on that. See, that's the option. You can also check on some other pupils, like so. If you remember all the names of all your pupils, just begin including them into your classroom. Now, sometimes it might take a moment to load. Don't fret, just delete it and try again. So I'm going to add Diane. I'm also going to add Chisa. Let's begin with these first. Or maybe any a lot, but okay, let's begin with these first. So, wait, it's Tochuku isn't grade 1, so I'm just going to add them. And let's just begin with this. So I'm just going to begin the process. There we go. So we have general. That's for all the subjects you're going to be teaching. Everything is going to be up there. So here you can begin writing your posts, calling them all out. Whatever you type here will be received by all the pupils. And you can have the session whenever you want. It needs to be automatically synchronized on their own platform at their end. I'm just going to show you. Here you can maybe attach some materials for group study, for like group learning options. If you want them to all go over and watch maybe a video and come back here and make comment about it. Maybe that's the lesson you want to teach them, depends on whatever the content of your video is. So this is what you're going to do and how to go about it anyway. Let's try something else. What do we try now? You can even appraise them here. Maybe a particular pupil, if they've made a comment and you think it's great, you can give them a badge, but don't misuse that because familiarity breeds contempt. So make sure this is just going to be like the start you always paste on the forehead when they've talked great, but the ball is in your court. You can do whatever you want with that. There you go. So she's going to receive it on their end, and all other pupils are also going to see it on the stream. That's the page. Here is, you can even run your class here. If you were using a laptop, you can run your class here. But if you want to attach maybe a file, you might not be able to attach a PDF file at the moment because it's not yet supported. But you can share your screen. If you're going to be using a PDF file, you can share your screen and help them see it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to try and attach a couple of PDF files here and let's see what happens. See? Failed. I'm going to try again and show you what I'm talking about. Failed again. You see? It's not going to work. So what you can do in this instance is share your screen. But since you might not be able to share your screen with all the papers all at once, what you can do temporarily before you get your laptop is maybe go over to the chat room and chat them one by one. You can try other materials if you have them and see if it's going to work, but I'm pretty sure Adobe, PDF isn't working now, so what you can do here is maybe chart the papers one after the other, or even send a voice note for all of them. For example, if you want to do a sample read and you want them to listen to it, or quickly send a voice note to all of them. The content depends greatly on you anyway. Whatever you want to do, keep it on here. You can play it, listen to it, see if it's okay for you before you send it. If it's not, you have the option to delete it right there. But if it's good enough, you can send it, and every one of them is going to listen to it, like so. Should you want to talk to the pupils one after the other, or set up a class, I'm going to show you how to do it. So your files appears here, and you can create their assignments, the grades, everything is there. I'm going to show you later, but you can also go around and see how to get all of these other platforms ready and set up for your pupils. So I'm going to show you how to chart the pupils one after the other. Should you want to excuse me. So let's go over now and click on chat. Let's start a chat. The interesting thing is the names of all the pupils in the school is all here. So whoever you want to chat, just search for it in the tool field and send your message to them to get started. For example, why haven't you finished your homework? Send the message and Shazam is going to receive it. You can even say, maybe, wait, you know what? I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you to explain a bit more. To explain to explain the concept again. Full stop. Send that. Get your headphone ready. Ready. Excuse me. Okay. She's going to receive that if she comes online. Then you can just press the call like so. This page, I wasn't ready for that. I'm just going to block the screen. Verity, that can happen. Not going to happen since you initiated that. But sometimes it might allow you to turn off your screen, turn off your microphone before you make the video call. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, here's what you can do when the people has received your phone call or your video call to begin the class. You can share the screen and begin presenting the material you want to teach them here. You can praise them. You can do whatever you want, but if you want to run the class one-to-one, this is what you're going to do. Call them again. See, I'm blocking the screen right now. I mean, I'm blocking the front camera, so I don't want to be seen now. There we go. That's it. So she hasn't responded because she hasn't been approved yet. There it is. You can leave her a note if you want. The choice is yours. With this, I hope you can find your way around this application and make the best out of it. Wish you the very best, everybody. Remember, you can chat anyone. Let's try adminifying. You can search for people by the names or by their username if you know it. So I'm going to ask him. Can you remind me of the English-Diction course fee, please? English-Diction course fee, please. There. Send. And he's going to receive it. If I want to call, I can just call him. And if he else received the call, I'll then be able to share my screen and all of that. This is how it works here. It's so fantastic. Just feel free to explore, make good use of it, and enjoy it. I'm going to try and call him. Since it's not available now, I'm going to try and call him and see if he responds to it. Again, I'm obstructing the front camera. There, see? You can do it so if you're not ready to be seen. See there it is. But the choice is yours though. You can just explore, find out and see what you can do with this application. It's marvelous. Just make sure you enjoy it. Enjoy every bit of it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.